about 1 minute early, but I figured I would jump on and give whoever is also joining me a minute to join me too. I'm trying today, well, I've already seen you a couple times today, but I'm going to try to not use my earbuds because I'd love to play something as we meditate together externally. I tried every which way I could. Hello, my friends. Ooh, why did I do that? I just wanted to wave. I tried everything I could to learn if there was any way to play music I had internally, and that does not seem to be the case. So hello, Candace, from Japan. Crazy hello. I'm gonna see if I can, since I'm a little early, and now I think it's 7 o'clock, but hello my girls, hello my friends, hello my spiritual running buddies. And I'm trying to not move, you know how I switch around all the time because of my scoliosis. So I'm sitting Indian style right now, so I'll see if that works. Hello. Mwah. Kim, we've got Kims everywhere. It's kind of like my name when I was growing up. Jennifer was the name. So I'm going to try when we meditate to play something on the, hi Araceli again. Oh, I feel so blessed that everybody's, hey Jody, that you're joining me. And hey Becky, as we are coming on, I really am opening up this space with you, hey Bailey, to hold space for so many others, that as we sit in intention, as we do this, but I don't even know what's coming yet for our prayer together, that we send out, should I say tentacles? That's really what's coming up. Hey Taryn, can you tell I was watching War of the Worlds last night? Tentacles, but really and truly to open up our energy source, keeping ourselves protected, but calling in, hey Christine, calling in anyone else who needs this. That's what prayer is about. Hey Tara, that's what prayer is about. It's not I was going to say it's not private. It's private between you and your higher power, but it's powerful when we join as a collective. That's the positives about, thank you, about churches and synagogues and places of congregations. It's not about the religion that we've set up. It's about the power of collective prayer. And that's the beauty, and that's what we're calling forth. Ooh, we got 11. There's my number there. 11, 11, 1, 1, 1. And that's what we're doing right now. So let me know, can you hear me without my microphone and my earbuds? If you can't, then obviously I'll put them in now and then take them out. I'm going to try to play an external song as we sit quietly in meditation. So let me know, can you give me a thumbs up or a heart or something if I still sound okay? Okay, awesome, thank you. If I still sound okay without them. I looked up everything I could on Facebook and going live, and it's really not, thank you, it's not conducive to external microphones. I even tried to figure out how to set up my podcasting microphone, but it wasn't working. Absolutely awesome. So thank you for, I'm just talking a little bit here until people join in. Normally I don't do that, but it is important for us. Can hear. Thank you. Oh, and Angel, you're even here with all the moving and the stuff that's going on in your life. Hey, Alina. So here's what's happening. I sound great. Thank you. The truth, have no idea what's happening. And there's the beauty of it. I had no plans on this as of Friday afternoon when I was released to start my homeschooling or my remote schooling from here to school. I believe I'm called to make many videos for my students, which is not part of the plan through school, but I made one today welcoming them in, and I sent it tonight along with their first assignment because some of them are night owls, so why not? They asked me if they could have it at night. So I welcomed them in this week, and boy was I surprised when I was called to create a new space for teachers and leaders, and teachers and leaders are you. They're not me because I have a certificate. They're not us that's on here with a certificate. Yep, April 1st. It's looking like there's a lot more coming our way off the television, what I saw. It definitely could be more than the 2 weeks that we've been instructed about. Luckily, I did bring back home with me much more work that I can continue to pass along. But what I feel in this moment is actually a great peace And that's what I'm called to share with you. Because some of you might feel that peace. You might feel the fear. But you also might feel a very strangely grounded place, like you've always been meant for this time. And that's what I feel like right now. And that's where a lot of people that I'm talking to feel as well. There's no accidents in this world. There are many things happening right now that we don't have control over. That doesn't mean they're an accident. We've brought on much of what happens in our world. And I also believe that many of us have been waiting patiently, didn't even know we were waiting, to be called to action right now. And in this strange watching the War of the Worlds I talked about this morning, we've been waiting to be called to action all over the world, not just in one place, not priests and nuns and clergymen, us, all of us who hold whatever you want to say, God, your higher power, all within us. We were born. When I went to that, was called to go to the crystal store today that was brand new, that's now holding my cards. She was breastfeeding this beautiful baby, her baby Cassidy. And we both looked at her, I'm covered in chills right now, and we said, to know the answers that she has, to know all that she holds within her. That's where the answers, we came with the answers. You can see I get, that's when my okay, gotcha, my channeling comes in, is when you see me get teary, or you can't see my chills. And the truth is, we are being led back home. In times of crisis is when we choose how we'll show up for ourselves and for others. And we are called to show up. There's no more time to be worried about what people think of us and what we're saying. My heart beat a little bit before it came live. And for an instant, I heard the, who are you? That's not my voice. That's my voice. That's not my divine voice. And then it was hushed. Because I have a platform. Because I have people. Because you have a voice. Who are we not to use our voice, our love, our platforms? How dare we not? That's how we got here, by not. And that's how we're going to fix this, by doing. Sometimes the doing is quiet and holding space, and right now, having prayer. But it's doing, and it's not staying quiet any longer. I'm saying hi as people are coming in. So that's what tonight is about. I think how perfect is it that it's called the National Day of Prayer. I think we had one March 7th, but hey, he called it, and we're answering the call, aren't we? And in this place of prayer, I started to reflect as I was sitting here before you all came on. And I don't know how many of you know me well. I am Roman Catholic. I was brought up Roman Catholic. I went to Catholic school till 6th grade. And even in the times where I went to just church every single week, which I don't right now, but me and God have never been closer, the parts that I loved most about church were not the rituals. I didn't understand them. Those felt very constricting to me. I don't know if you understand what I mean, but I didn't understand how we had to follow such strict rules and you had to be so serious. And where I felt joyful in the church, not with everyone else, but in my presence. And my most favorite part about being in church, one of the church I was at, was they used to call the children up to the altar, and you could sit there when they did the homily. I loved that. I was scared to go up, but I loved being a child of God. And probably the most sad part of my life was when I hit my teens, and I don't know if they actually said it or someone else held us back, when I wanted to go up and sit down, and we were no longer children of God. I didn't know what I was any longer. That was really hard for me, and I was extremely sad. I wanted to be that child. I still felt like the child sitting on God's lap, and I wasn't being called to be any longer. What little did I know is that we will always be child of God. However you see that, feel that, whether it is energy, whether it is the universe, whatever your source is, I refer to it as God. And I refer to it as he, him as he, even though I know very well that is neither a he nor she. We don't have the right pronoun because we don't remember. The truth is, when we're no longer here in this realm, we'll know what that is. And until we come up with a new pronoun, know that when I say he, I don't have a better pronoun, but it's what I'm comfortable in. It's what I've known my whole life. And it's what the child of God in me knew. I wouldn't feel any more comfortable saying she than he, because it's not one or the other. It's not possible. We need the yin and the yang. We need both parts together. We just don't have an answer for what that is. And so right now, what we're being called to be is those children, because the children have all the answers. The children have the innocence. The children have no judgment. If you see me getting teared, I'm not sad. It's when they're going, yeah, hell right. That's what happens to me on this end. I have to ask them to back off a little. And this is part of our prayer, just so you know, because I had no plan on what I would say. So although we haven't made a sign of the cross and we're not sitting in front of an altar, we are on God's lap. We are on the greatest altar of all right now, which is our earth, which we haven't done the best job of taking care of, but we're going to take care of it, and we're going to step up right now. And so this is our prayer. We are called to be like children again. That's what my message was. Right before I started, I said, I don't know what that means. And I started to have that memory of how sad I was to not be on that altar any longer, and how long it's taken for me to realize that I will always be, thank you, angel, a child of God, as are you. As was that little baby Cassidy, that I was drawn to be in that presence today and watch her suckling from her mother, that life, as she's checking me out. And I'm saying, do you want me to wait until you finish? And she said, no, but thank you for asking. And I said, no problem. And we both looked at her, this 1-month-old baby. 1-month-old baby, and all the answers were there. So it's time that we go back to that innocence. It's time that we go back to the no fear. We had no fear. Maybe some of us did experience trauma as children, but there was a time when it wasn't there. And in our meditation, in our quiet time, is when we can get back to that place where we were fearless, where we were non-judgmental, where we held all the answers that we were brought here with. We've spent a lifetime unlearning them, following other people. And so our prayer, it's not the normal where I'm sitting quietly. It is the innocence of receiving and not being flipping afraid to share that with others. You can replace flipping with another word if you're comfortable, because it feels pretty strong right now. That's what this prayer is. And it's a prayer of thanks, and it's a prayer of gratitude, because how I pray now is very different than how I prayed when I was younger. I prayed, and I know you're laughing at you're laughing at that flipping part, aren't you? Because I want to keep this real too. We are pious, and we are funny, and we are messy in prayer. He made, again, with the he, you know, that means I have no other pronoun for him, and that's where my comfort level was. He, she. If he can send me a new word that is the pronoun that's fitting of all, then I will use it. But for now, I make no apologies, because that's what I'm comfortable with. I am as him too. This is how we pray. We pray in gratitude. Yes, keeping it real. I don't want to be so pious that nothing allowed, that we can't receive him. He made us messy. He did not make us on this earth to be perfect. And we certainly see that with what's going on right now. So we're living in the messy. And that is our prayer right now, is to show up in the dare I say, fucking messy. I'm sorry if I do offend some, but that's what it feels like right now. And we have to acknowledge the truth, is it feels messy and a mess. And what does this mean? But here's the prayer. Here's the part that we say thank you because we know that we will be answered, is to not join in, this is crazy. That's the same energy that's going on around us. Be so heavenly minded as no earthly good. Yep, we're on the earth. We're on the same level and we're living in the messy. And again, what was given to me on Friday was the focus over fear. We may all have a different focus as we move on to our smaller platforms, but we're connected in the messy. We're connected in the focus of calm, of peace, of joy, of innocence, of happiness, of love, of acceptance, of belonging. I love you, Robin, of the fucking messy. Yeah. We would be stupid if we're saying, I'm not stupid, that's not the right word, but I have to acknowledge it. My husband's watching the news. I walked in, I'm like, I can't watch this more than a couple minutes because so much fear. I don't know what this is going to look like for you, Jen, for teaching. What is this going to be for the summer? I said, not a conversation I'm having. I'm showing up. I'm showing up for my students. I'm showing up for the world. I'm showing up for myself. I'm showing up for my God. And everything else will be taken care of. We will eat. We will have food. We will have water. We will have toilet paper. We will have. And that's our prayer. My prayer is of gratitude, of thank you for being, and thank you for providing, and thank you for the peace that you will continue to instill in me. So I say thank you, because I know it will be given. When we say thank you and we live in a state of prayer of gratitude, we are no longer waiting as if it will happen. We are saying thank you because we know it will come. That does not mean there won't be sacrifice. The pizza guy gave us toilet paper. No way. I love that. As we were as children. Yeah. I'm so glad that you can feel that. And we were messy as children, and we didn't care if we messed up. We knew that we'd be taken care of. We didn't worry. And some of us may have at an early age. I know there's a lot of trauma that some of us share. That's not to say that wasn't in childhood. So I am not discounting the fact that some people have had some rough, challenging childhoods. But I will tell you, as you arrived from the womb, there was no trauma. There was peace. And if it means that that's where we get back to, I had Janice share the interview we did together earlier about soul retrieval. You may need to search out new ways of finding your peace, ways that I never expected. He led me. He led me to the right people. He continues to lead me. And so in this prayer together, we pray for an open heart to receive the messages that are being sent constantly. Today was for my husband looking for propane and not being able to get to where he was supposed to go, ending up at another place, and him answering the call to call me and say, hey, this place, I think I saw this name, metaphysical. I think it's for you. And it was. And it was beyond just the fact that she'll hold my cards and that I'll do readings there. It was that baby. It was that innocent, beautiful baby that reminded me and brought me. It felt so grounded to look at her. There was no original sin. I'm sorry, I disagree entirely, and I can finally speak my mind, because if you're here with me, then you're okay, or you'll tune me out. I believe no longer in original sin. And if you haven't read Mary Magdalene Revealed, that'll explain a lot of things that I knew and believed, and I needed someone else to show up and support me in that, and she did that. So Megan Watterson, thank you so much. Yeah, it was absolutely amazing about my husband. Soul retrievals are what everyone needs. Yeah. Alexis, Never would I have been free enough or open enough for the call to even hear Janice talking about it and then encourage her to put together packages for others if I hadn't been open to my God, to my higher power, to my source, to my angels, to all of it, because we are all here for a reason. Impacted us, yeah. Angel, absolutely, yeah. If you have not read it yet, read it. Yeah, I will forever be Catholic. I will forever give, grace and love to my religion that has brought me here. If I did not have that foundation, I would not be sitting in this place with you right now. So I have no need to throw out the baby with the bathwater, if you want to say. But I don't believe in many things because many things were created by man. And when I say man, I actually mean man. And that's okay. I have nothing against men. They're good. But much was created out of fear. The worst parts that we have of organized religion are out of fear. The best parts are out of open hearts. And that's where we are again with this prayer right now, is to say thank you for that open heart. Thank you for the ability to discern what fits and what does not fit. Thank you for the lack of judgment that we want at this moment in time to put on other people, whether it's people. There are many people who are angry about schools being closed or overreacting or whatever that might be. So my prayer is to thank in gratitude for giving me the lack of judgment on others and knowing that people are doing the best they can at this very moment. If you haven't read the 4 Agreements, go get it now. You can get it on Kindle. You can get I think you can get it for free on YouTube. The Uberman from Jamaica when I was in Florida, true that I didn't get on the first flight because they took that from me. No, they just replaced me. Was telling me that I think he listened to the whole thing on YouTube. So we had a beautiful conversation. That was exactly where I was meant to be, in his car. And I think that's if I remember, that's what he said correctly. Thank you itself is the greatest prayer. It is. I'm reading your messages as we go through. I love the prayer that we are in prayer together and we can, I wish I could see you all. Maybe I should have done this as a Zoom. I did think of it as a moment in the car, but it felt like too cumbersome, too many steps for people, that if you could just get this, that you can jump on. But I do love the Zoom that I can see all of you. Jamaican Uberman again. I know. Raymond was his name. And that was the moment. And I knew after I let go of being angry that I had to pay for another flight and lost a flight, and all the people that were trying to not get me to go just redirected me to exactly where I was supposed to be. Even though it was a 15-minute conversation, it was an amazing 15-minute conversation. And that's where I was meant to be. Not on the original flight, but that second flight. And that's what we again say thank you for. Thank you for helping us at every moment when we want to jump to be angry about something or judge something, a decision, to know that it is of the greatest good if we allow it to be. And so the most basic prayer that I can give us today is thank you. Show me, show me, show me. Thank you for what it is you want me to say, and thank you for what it is you want me to do. If there is no prayer but that, it's life-changing. It's getting out of your own way. It's getting out of my own way. It's realizing I had to calm my body down and embody and jump in before it came live. As I suddenly got nervous. Why? Because I let ego step in and try to decide what to say. And I released. And I said, show me, show me, show me. Let me know what it is you want us to do. That's the quiet part. That's the part where if we're aware and listening, we don't have to plan. And the plan will be messy. This group that I just started, if you're not there, come join us. It's for teachers, leaders, coaches, yoga, anyone who feels the call to lead. And maybe you didn't until tonight. I am saying no to no one. This was not my plan. So who am I to say no? It's a place to come and sit and share what you're doing in your platform. Bounce off ideas and heal together so that we can continue to heal others. And if you're here, you're a healer. And you need healing. So continue to heal as you heal. Show me, show me, show me. It's the most simple prayer there is. But I do it in meditation. I'll open my hands and allow it to flow through. That if we utilize this time to reconnect, yes. Oh, I just got chills, Becky. Marital, family, absolutely. I just said to my daughter tonight, because it's Sunday night, I don't have to do plans for tomorrow. They're created and sent out. I said, hey, you want to watch a movie? Let's go. She looked at me like I was crazy, because my Sunday nights are either coaching or teaching, and I'm going. So yeah, this is a phenomenal. There's going to be repercussions, no question. I'm not living in Pollyanna land. The Pollyanna's not such a bad kid. But there's so much more if we allow that shift and we allow for that connection with others from a distance. Hey, we're 2020. Look at how we are connecting right now. People can say all they want about social media. This is pretty awesome. And there's a reason why we have been given this gift during a time where they're asking us to stay apart. Doesn't mean we have to stay disconnected. Me and my son are trying together. Yep. Absolutely. Use this time. Receive. Meditate. This does not need to be a time where we are cut off. In fact, show me, show me, show me. This is a time where we can be the most connected in our lives. Let that be our prayer, to open and receive and stay calm and know that we will be taken care of. Again, does that mean that things won't be different? No. Does that mean we won't need to make changes? No. I found myself going to that fearful place and my husband suddenly saying, this could change your whole teaching in your summer. I'm like, I am not going there right now. I have no control over what that's going to look like. And that is not my job. This sign in sign language means not my responsibility, not my job. The plan is not my job. My plan is just show me, show me, show me. So let that be our prayer. Let that be our place. I'm going to try to play some music externally and see if this goes. It's a song I found on one of Gabby's playlists. Dig deeper. Yep. And shift our mindset of what this looks like. I mean, you might not get it, but I am an extroverted introvert, introverted extrovert. I love my time at home. I said to my husband, I might need counseling and when it's time to return to the real world, because I'm so happy right here. You cannot bring peace and love if we succumb to fear. Oh my God, yeah. That's the focus over fear. What is our focus? Daily, I will be asking, show me, show me, show me. What's my focus today? Look how many times I've been on here today. And none of it was like it normally was. Going to that crystal store was not in my norm, but that was my focus. That's where they took me today. That baby is where they took me. The innocence and the remembering and returning to love. Season of sickness is my season to heal. Absolutely, Lisa. There you go. There's your new focus. That show me, show me, show me every single day. Show me, what will you have me say? What will you have me do? None of which is our choice. In a good way. Of course we have control. We have control if we say no. We have control if we say yes or no. That's where we can. But I'm going to say yes and yes and yes again. You know, even when I was talking to my husband, he's like, well, you can be doing all these things for your class and maybe other people aren't going to do it right and they're going to, I don't know. There was a fear base, they could make you go longer and not accept it. I said, that's not my problem. My focus is my students. Show up for them. I already made them a video and sent it. Hey, Abby, tonight. It's not my focus on what others don't do. It's my focus on what I do. And I need to remember that when I want to get judgmental later. And like, oh, they're causing this problem. Not my issue. And then if that's whatever comes that way, I will deal with that too. So let our prayer be, show me, show me, show me. What would you have me say? What would you have me do? Allow me to live in the focus over fear. Fear is a robber of all things good, of all things ingenious and intuitive and imaginative and magical. It is a robber of all. Focus. Focus can be quiet. Focus can be receiving. Focus is not always in the action. Focus is in the breathing. And focus is in the release of expectation of what should be. So allow this time for yourself. Allow this time, as Lisa said, for growth and healing. It is a beautiful time. It is unprecedented. It is uncharted waters. And let the waters run fluid through us. So what I would ask of you, now that we've had our prayer, is our quiet time in receiving. And I'm not going to talk through it. I'm going to hope, we're going to try. It's called the... Ew, except now my computer signed me out. Hold on. Let's see if I can pull back in. Yep, because I just did that wrong. Hold on. Except now, can I not remember my password? So as we're talking right now, hold on. It's funny. I just saw over the computer, over the phone right now, my superintendent just posted something. He tweets all the time. Why can't I get in there? Hold on. There we go. Because I wasn't thinking about my password. I was thinking about you at the time. Hello, Abby. Oop, what did I hit? I don't know. Chills. Oh, I'm so happy because I'm so happy I got out of my way. That I'm very, very happy about. So I'm going to pray that this, let me my prayer. We'll say thank you. And if not, let's put it this way. If it doesn't come through clear and you're not enjoying what you're hearing at your end, hit mute. And what I will do is share the song. I've been listening to it. Here's what I've been doing with it. I don't know if it'll come through clear enough because it's an external microphone, but I've been listening to it in the car on my way to work. I found this on one of Gabby's playlists. I don't know which one it was. I think it was a New York one I went to. She always makes them available, or one of the ones I paid for. I don't know. And it's called Faith's Hymn. And I think I'm so drawn to it because when Ashlyn was little, like 2 maybe, and she'd sit on my lap and we'd rock together, I would hum all the time, and her head would be under my chin as we, on the glider, as we'd rock, and it was so soothing to me and to her, and I would hum all kinds of songs. And one time she looked at me, because I was singing instead, and she looked up at me, and she says, "No sing, Mommy, just just And I was like, oh my God, I'm being called out by my daughter, because I sing really badly. And that's not what it was. I know what she meant, because she could feel the vibration through my throat chakra, through my heart into her head, and it would resonate through her. And she loved that. And I think that when I heard this, it brought me back to, again, returning to our full circle, the innocence and the answers that we have in children, toddlers, babies, newborns, us before we got in our own way, us before we possibly were traumatized by something that happened in our life. It's going back to that place and being the children of God. And now speaking it and not being afraid to speak our mind. I almost see it with but not in a bad way, 2 little hands on our hips and saying, this is what's important. This is what we need. So this is called, I'm looking at it right now, Faith's Hymn. And as you go through it, you can do a variety of things. There's called box breath. I call it to my class Navy SEAL breathing, because I have boys in my class and they're not going to be into meditation. So I meet them where they're at. And this is the truth. EMT, emergency people are taught box breath. Navy SEALs are taught box breath, but there's different names. So I call it the Navy SEALs breathing. And that's all simply is you pick a number of how long. So let's say 4. You could do 3 if you're having a hard time breathing. You can go up to 6 or 7 if you'd like to push it further, if you do a lot of breath work. And you simply breathe in, let's say 4. Breathe in for 4, hold for 4 and breathe in way down into your diaphragm, past your lungs, so that you're flooding your body. And you hold for 4, and you release for 4, and you hold for 4. And you do it again. So you're like almost drawing a box. And so it goes around there. In, hold, out, hold. You can do that, and that's a great breath work. This particular hymn, if I share it with you, if it's not working for you on the outside here, has a great rhythm for breath work. And so I was finding in the car as I was driving, I found a great pattern of breathing. And so that's why I'm sharing this with you, whether it works on here live or not. I will absolutely share it afterwards for you to be able to. I'll share it. I can share it both ways. I can share it through iTunes, and I can share it through Spotify because I use both. And see if you like it. So we've done the prayer. We've said, show me, show me, show me. We've said, what would you have me say? What would you have me do? Actually, we're saying, thank you for showing me what you would have me say and what you would have me do. And now, through meditation, is the receiving. So I think of prayer as the speaking conversation, and then the meditation as the quiet receiving of being quiet and shutting up. I don't like the word shut up. I tell my kids we can't say that, but it's true. We need to shut up sometimes and see what needs to be said. And that's where meditation comes in. So I think this is about 6 minutes. You can stay with us if it's good for you. If you need to move on, it'll be here for you later. I'll put the song underneath, and I'm not going to speak over it. It doesn't work, I know, because part of it sounds a little tinny, and part of it's like, I can't hear you over that, because it's an equal fighting to be heard. But I think we've said more than enough, right? I'm going to play a Faith's hymn wherever you are. If you're in your seat, close your eyes. I probably will close my eyes. If you're laying down, close your eyes. Do it with your eyes open if you like. There's no rules, and there's no wrong way to do this. Just be quiet. And if this doesn't sound right, hit mute and sit with us. I think it's about 6 minutes long. And release all the expectations that you have and open for show me, show me, show me. I'm actually going to turn off my light. good place in case you have your eyes closed. You can come back to where we are right now, presently. I'm going to turn on my bigger light so we can return together. Hello, Brianna. We did a prayer in the beginning. Actually, we did a talk through prayer, and then, it was very bright, and then into a quiet meditation. So again, if that did not come through clear and you decided to turn it off, and I do apologize if I was humming along. Hey, Brianna. I will put the link for it in Spotify and also in iTunes. I cannot tell you, even just, I had to hum along. There's something with the physicality of letting that hum. It is so peaceful, and it just grounds me. I found myself, and I didn't want to talk through it because I told you I wasn't going to. It's a perfect place. Like, I would breathe in on the hum, and then I'd breathe out and hold, and then I'd exhale on the next part. Oh, I'm glad that you could hear it. Yeah, it is. It's perfect right now. I love all the different ones that I use, but right now that's what's hitting me, so that's what I'm sharing with you. So I'll post it afterwards. Let me ask you something, because as I was humming and meditating, good. Oh, I'm so glad. I hummed too, so I hope you didn't hear me too much. I couldn't help it because it's such a release. It's a release of energy. And it's so soothing. And it reminds me of when I hummed to Ashlyn Faith, and when she'd say, Mommy, no sing. Hey, Heather. And I would hum through her head. It is very grounding. I'm so glad that I'm so glad that I listen, because I'm like, but there's this and there's that. And I love oceans, and I love the message of words. And really what it was is that we don't need words. That's what this is all about, right? Sharing our energy and our prayers beyond the words. Oh, thank you, Becky. Thank you. Again, you're going to make me cry in a really good way, because they're saying yes, yes, yes. I think because I'm still releasing that little niggle, if you know that word. I'm not saying a bad word. Rebecca Campbell uses it in her light. Love those cards. I use them all the time. Well, these are the new cards, but the first cards. What the heck is the first card? Light Seers? Light something. And I love those. And she talks about that niggle. It's that little poke. It's that listening to a message. And so I'm really shutting up and listening to the message. So let me know either in the comments or right now, because I'm still on here, because I'm going to close off here. Oh, I'm so happy that it was good for you, Kim. I'm looking forward to talking with you this week. Hey, Vanessa. Let me know in the comments if you have a platform and you are interested in sharing this out. What I'll do, not right now, because I'm finishing up and I'm going to have dinner. It was nice that did not happen during the meditation. Hello, Gracie. Hello, Mia. It did fly by. Oh, my son's home early. Interesting. I think he said the grocery stores were closing early to clean. Yeah, 6 minutes. It's beautiful, and it's great for a car ride. It's great to just sit. If you have a hard time meditating, it's a great grounding meditation. I still like my quiet just to see what comes through, but it's a great grounding meditation. It did. 6 minutes was like boom. So, what I was saying, if you have a desire, what I'll do is download this to my computer and then upload it in YouTube so that it can be shared out. Hi, Gracie and Mia. They want to be heard too. So I will do that for you if you think you would like that. If you think, because the whole point of this, everything that we're doing right now is to share. If you've got something that you want shared with your platform and you want to share it over here, please do that. If you haven't joined us in Focus Over Fear, join us over there. The whole point is being a teacher, we're constantly putting together resources. So that's what my goal is through all this. And I'm going to have more time because I will be here. I'm actually scheduling my days so that it's of best use for me, because obviously I have to be here and answer my students' questions on the computer, but I'm also scheduling things through the day. Why not support you? I was able to take on 2 new clients, which was unexpected, and I wasn't soliciting, just because there's a need and I can. So I'm taking the benefit of being able to help and reach more people. All right, so I see a yes. If I even had one yes, it was enough. All right, so that's what I will do. It won't be till tomorrow because I'm going to shut down and I'm going to, I already have my school stuff uploaded. I have to print out a couple more labels for the ends of my cards. I have no more, just so you know. There's no more right now, but within 2 to 3 weeks, I will have a new shipment of about 50 sets because I plan on bringing them. Oh, I have to post this. Oh, totally forgot about it. I know this is prayer, but if you're still here and if you're near New York, it's in Tarrytown, New York. It's the weekend after, if they don't cancel it, it's the weekend after Easter. It's called the Awaken Fair, and I will be doing card readings. I will also be selling my cards there. Yeah, I'm going to shut down in a couple minutes. So I'm praying it doesn't get canceled, but it could very well with everything that's going on. And if that's the case, I will have a lot of cards for our next shipment out, and also for what I'll be sharing with the store that I just met, Sydney, today. What did I say it was? Crystals of Quartz. Get it? Crystals of Quartz. How cool is that? So, yeah, I don't have any more in stock right now. My last are going out tomorrow, but they're coming, and I might have a lot of them because I was planning on bringing them to the Awakened Fair, which it could happen, but I have a feeling because there's more than 250 people. I'm kind of sad about that because I was going to be able to do readings for the first time, really paid readings. So it all happened as it's supposed to, right? Maybe there's a lot more people here who need them. I love you. I truly do. I'm going to go see my son. He's home right now. Print out a couple more labels, and I'm shutting down. Go watch a movie with my kids. Go do something. And as many of you said, use this time to reconnect. It's a beautiful gift. When have we ever received a gift like this? We complain all the time about not having enough time. We do now. We do now. Mwah. Love you too. Have a great night. I will do that for you tomorrow because I'll be up early answering questions from my students, hitting the treadmill really early, which is so cool that I get to do that, and be around. So send me some messages if you're so inclined, and I will download this and then upload it in YouTube, and then I'll post the link here so that you can share it if you know other people who want to partake in prayer. A different kind of prayer, right? It wasn't a pious prayer. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it was a 2020 Let's Get Real prayer. Love you.